The first dilemma is from Baran. Hey Jordan, I always have had a problem with fixing my life. I recently started a job that I hate and my parents won't let me quit. I started a gym membership that I don't go to. I wear the same things every day. I have zero friends. The only thing I do is trade and it's going very well. I failed to become the best version of myself. Since life was the same every day, I wanted to jump off the nearest cliff. I didn't do it. Any help? Okay, Baran, so I'm gonna tackle each and every one of these things one by one, but first I wanna address this. You're 17 years old and you said, I failed to become the best version of myself. Baran, I need you to understand, at 17 years old, the fact that you're even thinking about starting a gym membership or your fashion sense or trading or anything that's not pertaining to just sitting there and playing video games all day, every day like I was doing at 17, means that you're already ahead of the curve. And also, you don't want to become the best version of yourself when you're 17 years old. Okay, there's a term for that. It's called peaking in high school. You do not want to be one of those people who peak in high school, who are getting all of the women, who have all of the clout and attention and popularity, and then the moment that you walk that stage, it's all gone. And now you have to start from ground zero. It seems to me like you have your life in order much more than the average 17-year-old. But like I said, I'm going to answer each and every one of these things in completion so that I don't miss anything. So you say that you started a job that you hate and your parents won't let you quit. Well, here's my thing with that. At 17 years old, your options are very, very limited. Obviously, you're making some sort of progress with the trading thing, but I do believe, and you may disagree with this, I believe that at 17, you should work a job. Even if you're making money on the internet or you're some sort of prodigy and you're in college about to get your degree at 17, regardless of what you're doing, I believe that in your teenage years, you should acquire some sort of experience, and more specifically, service industry experience, because it gives you perspective. It lets you know that, okay, with this trading stuff, I need to make this work because I don't ever want to have to work at a job like that ever again. A lot of times, on days where I don't necessarily feel like filming or writing or doing the things that I need to do, I think back to the times when I was working at H&M, and suddenly filming doesn't seem so bad. It's all about relativity, and if you don't have that perspective of working at a job that you hate, because if you're working service industry, you're probably going to hate the job. But if you don't have that perspective of working at a job that you really don't like doing, then you're not going to be able to appreciate when you're able to do what you love full time. Because there will be bad days. Even when you're doing whatever you love full time, there will be days where you don't feel like doing it. That's just life. Even with the trading stuff, there's going to be days where you do not feel like opening up that software, looking at those charts, or whatever else you do as a trader. But you'll be able to remember the days when you were working at that job that you really didn't like and your parents wouldn't let you quit, and you'll be able to appreciate what you do that much more. And also, it's my understanding that with trading, you need money. You need money because you're going to take some wins and you're going to take some losses. So you do need that money from working at a job in order to trade and take the risks that you need to take to effectively trade over time. Because again, you're going to lose money trading. You'll gain money, but you'll also lose money, and you'll need to have some other source of income to replenish those losses. So I think that that's actually working in your favor. And also, if you're working service industry, say for example a retail job, that's where you have the opportunity to not only meet a bunch of women, but make friends, okay? And I believe that that's something else that you said. You said that you have zero friends. Well, at the job that you work at, like I said, at 17, your options are very limited. You're more than likely working at a service industry job. Make friends there. Okay, I understand that sometimes you work with absolute degenerates. I understand that. I've been in that position. But there's nothing wrong with having work friends, people that you hang out with, you kick it with, you talk to at work, but then once you clock out, you don't know them. They're strangers. I've had plenty of people who I kind of work zoned in a sense, and it worked out perfectly fine. It made work way more enjoyable. Doesn't mean that I actually enjoyed work, but it made it more enjoyable than it would have been had I not interacted with those people. And also, there were times when some of the people that I met at work, we would go and hang out outside of work. You can make some very good friends just working, or even customers. I remember one of my friends, Shout out to my homie Awaken PSD. This man used to hit on so many girls when we were working together at PacSun that it didn't even make sense. This man was getting all types of Snapchats, phone numbers, all types of women. Because, again, women gravitate towards these retail stores, so you'll have the opportunity to interact with a lot of women. This is how you work on your social skills. So not only are you making money to fund your trading, but you're also able to gain that perspective of working at a job that you hate, and you get to meet people along the way. To me, that's something that every 17 or 18-year-old should do, is work a service industry job. I'm assuming that that's what you're doing. I don't really know what else your parents might have made you do, but again, at 17, your options are pretty much service industry or bust. Now, as far as starting a gym membership that you don't go to, you don't really necessarily need to go to the gym to get in good shape. You just need to be consistent in whatever workout you do. So for example, if you were to do 50 push-ups a day, every day for the rest of the year, you would see results. You would see some type of results. It may not be the results that you're looking for, but it's something. The key with working out and gaining consistency with that is you have to start small. You have to start small and work your way up. And eventually, you won't really rely upon the motivation factor because you'll be disciplined. It'll be a part of your routine. Believe me when I tell you that about 90% of my workouts I do not want to do. A lot of times I work out at around midnight because I have a little small home gym set up, and even with having a gym at home, I don't want to work out, but I force myself to do it because it's just something that I've implemented into my psyche. It's something that I've integrated into my psyche rather, that I need to work out. Not so I can look better for other people. Okay, you guys rarely ever see me below the chest. I'm doing it for me because it's a mental game that I've created with myself. So for you, if you're feeling lost, you don't know what workouts to do, I understand that that can be overwhelming as well, but I would highly advise you to just stick with the basics and get really good at those. So don't overcomplicate it. Don't get on the machines and all of this extra stuff that people do, cable flies and all that. Listen, do push-ups, pull-ups, squats, and some type of ab workout. That's all you really need. You'll build a very, very aesthetic and functional physique just doing those things. And again, you don't even really need a gym membership to do those things. I do it from home. As a matter of fact, sometime in the near future, I'll probably drop a home workout video just to show you guys how simple an effective workout routine can be. Now, the next thing that you said was that since life was the same thing every day, I wanted to jump off the nearest cliff. I didn't do it. Like I said, bro, you're 17 years old. And if you're depressed, if you're suicidal, then you need to go and seek professional help. You need to seek therapy or counseling. But as far as you just not really feeling like you've accomplished what you can or should be able to accomplish in life at 17, again, at 17, you're not even supposed to have started doing whatever it is that you want to do in life, right? I wasn't even thinking about doing YouTube or writing books or doing consultations or doing anything that I do right now when I was your age. At 17, the only things I was concerned about were finishing my homework, finishing high school, and playing video games. That was it. That's all I cared about. Literally, that was all I cared about. So the fact that you're even trying trading, that you're starting a gym membership, I think I had started a gym membership as well, but just like you, I wasn't consistent. The fact that you're even trying these things lets me know that you're way ahead of where you think you are. And the reason why you're probably feeling so down on yourself is because you're comparing yourself to other people. You're comparing yourself to other people. I've said this so many times on my channel, but comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is truly the thief of joy, especially when you get to your late teens and early 20s, because this is such a pivotal time, but at the same time, I feel like the discrepancy can be so big, where you have some people who are already rich by the time they're my age, 23, but then you have some people who are 23 who are in jail. You have some people who are 23 and aren't doing anything with their lives, don't know what they want to do. This is a time where people are finding themselves, and some people will find themselves quicker than others. But as long as you're on your own path, You understand that you can never compare yourself to anybody else. This is why I believe, and I'll probably make a whole video on this in the future, this is why I believe the idea of competition is actually way more detrimental to one's mental health than it is beneficial. Because while it can motivate you to do better, you end up moving in the wrong direction. You end up getting better at the wrong things. And had you just stayed in your own lane and focused on yourself, you could have gotten better at what you came here to do. There's nothing worse than becoming really, really good at something that you despise doing. Because then that feeling that you have with working at that job that you hate, now you have to experience that every single day until the day you retire. Your life doesn't begin until you're 65. At that point, yeah, you failed to become the best version of yourself. So with you being 17, you have the leverage of time. You have time on your side. That's your greatest asset. Utilize that asset, leverage that asset so that you can start to build the version of yourself, the version of Baran that you need to become, that you came here to become. Stop comparing yourself to other people, because everybody on social media, everybody on the internet, except for me at least, I don't know about everybody, but most people who have a platform are only showcasing the best parts of their lives. They're showcasing the very best parts of their lives. Now me, you've seen, if you've been following my journey, you've seen that I've had various low points, and my low points have been very, very, very low, and my highs have been very, very, very high. This is just life. There are ups and downs no matter what level you get to. You can make $1 million off trading. You'll have those same ups and downs. The most important thing is that you're staying true to yourself. You're not comparing yourself to other people. You're focusing on what you love to do and also making the most of your situation given the resources that you have.